name is Dora Konomi, and I'm here with the chair of CIMA, which stands for Canadian Ethnic Media Association, Madeline Zinniak. Madeline, how are you today?
Good, good. Very aware of everything that's going on. So here as the Canadian Ethnic Media Association, really want to jump in and talk about our readiness to assist the information flow for all of the ethnocultural communities in Canada.
And I think it's very important. That's why I have you here today, to be able to discuss the importance of CIMA and its ability to become a conduit of passing on information to ethnic groups. So let me dive right into it. What have our governments, both provincial and federal, done in order to reach out to the ethnic groups? And have they been in touch with CIMA?
So to date, our membership has not received direct information about the COVID virus, and this is what we need. We need direct information coming to ethnic media, which is a strong third pillar of communication in Canada. So rather than getting the information from traditional media, Canadian Ethnic Media Association is urging the federal, provincial, and municipal governments to set up a system to directly be able to communicate to the ethnocultural communities of Canada in their language of comfort using Canadian ethnic media.
So then my question to you is, why is it so important for the government to reach out directly to these ethnic groups, often vulnerable, and minorities, and what is CIMA's reach within that community?
I think if you take a look at the demographics in Canada, and you're looking at such a diverse community, especially if you're looking at the vulnerable part of these communities, the elderly. The elderly and ethnocultural communities, of course, need information in their language of comfort. And this is where the ethnic media comes in. And I think through our membership, we're able to harness that power. And also, we're working on a database which has over 1,300 entries of ethnic media entities across Canada. And this is important to harness in order to be able to convey to these vulnerable, pockets of the diverse communities what is important. Like, do not leave your house, do not go outside. All these issues are only being communicated through English or French media. And we think our role is very important as ethnic media in Canada. And we need to be able to convey directly this information in various languages. We know that in the Toronto GTA, in Vancouver, all of the important GTAs, there are languages spoken, over 200 languages spoken, as well as Indigenous languages. And it's important to get direct information.
And what are the plans moving forward? What are the plans in order to address these third languages, apart from English and French, throughout Canada?
I think we are trying to make both the federal, provincial, and municipal governments aware that it's time. This is the long play. It's time to harness this medium, this ethnic media. And we would like to, have direct information come to us. The public campaigns, the PSAs, come to various ethnic media, be it broadcasting, print, podcasting, and radio.
And what's your reach? Let's talk about numbers. How many contacts does CIMA have throughout Canada in ethnic groups?
Well, I think certainly when we take a look at our database, and we have over 1,200 entries, and certainly each of the media entities have the ethnocultural leadership at hand. We have the communities at hand. We have the different wellness institutions, long-term care institutions. So this is very important to be able to network and spread the word, spread the right kind of information to the ethnocultural communities across Canada.
And in your opinion, and we understand that COVID-19 is especially fatal for the older demographic, and ethnic media addresses that ethnic demographic, why do you think the government hasn't reached out? Do you think, was it a simple oversight?
I think, of course, there's so many things going on, and there's so many distractions, and certainly with the various scrums that are happening every day, this is a quickly changing environment. And I think this is why I think we're giving a more than a gentle nudge, but really, reaching out to say, we need to be able to harness ethnic media to bring this information forward. So we know that there's a lot of distractions, and it's a quickly changing environment every day, every hour, but it's time now. The time is now to harness this third pillar of communication in Canada so that we can address the needs, the information needs which is really life and death for our ethnocultural communities in Canada.
I really like your message about time is now, and especially we're dealing with marginalized groups. So before I let you go, and thank you so much for joining today, I want to hear the comments from other independent producers or other board members of CIMA, and what have they commented on regarding messaging and the ability to pass on information to our ethnic groups throughout Canada.
Well, I think that everybody on the board and our membership recognizes the fact that it is very important. It is very important to also have the journalistic support from the government in order to be able to fulfill our duties as being an immediate conduit of information to the different language communities in a language of comfort in Canada.
Marilyn, thank you so much for joining me today. And again, it was so important to be able to address the important role that CIMA and ethnic media plays in spreading the information throughout Canada to ethnic minorities. Thank you.
Thank you. And the Canadian Ethnic Media Association is ready and willing to do their part in being able to convey important information to ethnocultural Canadians.